Democrats maintaining control of the U.S. Senate. They secured 50 seats after a win in Nevada this weekend. Democratic incumbent Senator Cortez Masto defeated Republican challenger Adam Laxalt, a candidate backed by Trump, who previously tried in court to overturn the state's 2020 election results and failed. Democrats could pick up another seat as well and not need a tie-breaking vote from Vice President Kamala Harris, as has been the case since President Biden took office. Voters will decide that in Georgia in a runoff on December 6th. Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock facing Republican Herschel Walker because neither met the 50% threshold needed in that state. The House, meanwhile, still in play tonight, though Republicans are expected to come away with a slight majority. 218 seats are needed for a majority in that chamber. According to the Associated Press, Republicans are drawing closer with 212. Democrats have 203. Let's head to the nation's capital now, where Newsy White House correspondent Kellen Howell joins us live with reaction. Hey, Kellen.
Hey, Jay. So, yeah, one of those top questions heading into the midterm elections, mainly who or which party will gain control of the Senate, got an answer this weekend with that critical win for Democrats in Nevada. Today, lawmakers on both sides of the aisle are reflecting on lessons learned from the past couple of days since Tuesday's election and looking ahead to those key races that are still in contention. Democrats are celebrating today after thwarting Republican efforts to flip the Senate.
This is such a cause for a celebration.
Incumbent Democrat Senator Cortez Masto won her neck-and-neck race in Nevada Saturday night.
So when far-right Republicans said they knew better, I knew we would prove them wrong.
Giving Democrats the 50 seats they needed to keep their majority in the upper chamber. Democrat lawmakers on Sunday said her victory and their ability to keep the Senate is a reflection of the surprising support voters had for their agenda.
We won because we had a really good agenda that we actually passed that helped the American people on things they cared about.
Some GOP senators blamed former President Trump's influence for their party's underperformance.
Those who were most closely aligned with the former president underperformed. Those who are talking about the future, who had managed their states well, they overperformed. The American people want ideas. They want a future.
Control of one seat remains to be decided. In Georgia, that election will go to a runoff, but already lawmakers and the president are optimistic that incumbent Democrat Raphael Warnock will edge out Republican Herschel Walker at the polls in December.
We're focusing now on Georgia. We feel good about where we are, and I know I'm a cockeyed optimist. I understand that.
Democrat control of the Senate will make it easier for President Biden's nominees and judicial picks to be confirmed. They will also keep control of powerful Senate committees that will be able to conduct oversight and investigations. The razor-thin majority means Democrats won't have enough votes to defeat a filibuster and sets the stage for likely standoffs over federal spending. Some lawmakers are warning that Republicans could seek to use a critical vote to raise the debt limit to leverage spending cuts, with some GOP lawmakers calling for reforms to Social Security and Medicare.
If they can create chaos in the economy, then they think that may move Donald Trump 1 inch closer to election. So we've got to take that away from them, take care during the lame duck, take care of raising the debt limit or getting rid of it altogether.
But Senate Democrats will be able to reject any legislation sent over by House Republicans if they are able to win the majority in the lower chamber. A handful of House seats are still up in the air. Although the GOP is expected to win a slight majority, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said Sunday that control of the House is anybody's game.
I've said this is like the Olympics, and a half of second you can be gold, silver, bronze, or honored to be an Olympian. So we'll see where this takes us. But I think you see a path to the future that is much brighter than what was predicted by the punditry and those who want us to change our message.
Looking at the House races right now, Jay, Republicans have 212 seats currently to Democrats 204. It takes 218 for them to officially gain the majority. So Republicans slowly inching closer to that, but it's looking like that could be a razor-thin margin there.
Yeah, and Kellen, we know the runoff in Georgia is still pretty important, even though Democrats have already clinched control of the Senate. Of course, a win there would give the president and his party a little bit more breathing room.
That's right, Jay. And, you know, it would also make a significant difference in some of those key committees, specifically when we're looking at the Judiciary Committee and looking forward to Democrats' agenda in terms of getting the president's judicial picks and nominees confirmed. It would make things a lot easier for them because rather than having just a 50-50 split in that committee, they would have the simple majority needed to get that vote out of the committee so that they can get to a full floor vote, which, once again, it only takes a simple majority to confirm those nominees. And then, you know, we also have to think about some of those wild cards that we've come to know, like Senator Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema. If there's some legislative debate that is happening and one or two of those senators might not be on board, having that extra vote in Raphael Warnock would also be a big advantage for the Democrats going into this session of the Senate, Jay.
Yeah, those two have certainly held up the president's agenda in the past. Newsy White House correspondent Kellen Howell reporting live tonight. Thanks, Kellen.